like on a lot of buckly bags, there'd be like another, or even on a belt, there'd be a loop like right by the buckle.
Oh, just to secure the strap?
Yeah.
Maybe. Will it be attached to the
They'd be attached to
this
this
part?
piece. Yeah. Yeah.
It's possible. What? He's talking about design. She didn't know we started. Yeah. Been a minute.
Sure has. It's been many minutes. It's, well, today isn't particularly nice out, but it shall get nicer as the day goes on. It's finally getting warmer. It's finally attempting to feel like spring outside, which is just really exciting to me, and making me feel really inspired to make and create and all those good things. I got incredibly sick for a few days there. The stomach bug got me. So I feel like I have emerged from my cave in many ways. But yeah, and when I was under and in bed, Nick spent a lot of time just prepping a ton of work for me. So now I've got like a bunch of work ready and lined up. So today is top handle day for me. We've got
I work best alone.
He does. So do I.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is funny.
It is funny.
I'm hoping we can get into a field somewhere and do a couple photos this weekend.
This weekend?
Yeah. It's coming up. Chestnut starts in like 2 weeks. Or less than 2 weeks. Wrap your head around it.
Okay, well you need to tell me these.
I just said it.
Yeah, you did just say it.
So
Okay.
here we are.
This weekend.
If there's a nice sunny day, we're doing it. It's happening.
Oh, there won't
Because
be.
we have.
You want a
there's
sunny day?
If there's a cloudy day, if there's a day that's warm enough, we're going out. Because we have at least 3 bags we can do. Gotta start getting images.
I know. It's not like I don't want to do that. It's just I had a plan for something
Maybe.
that I don't know if I can get it done in time for that, but I have.
So yeah, it's regular April order week if you're still watching.
Yes, yes. It is order week, so you guys can order our regular line. And where are we with red?
Red's done next week with Boda. And that's it.
The
Game over.
Bridal Boda.
Bridal Boda.
And what in red can you order this week?
The Maeve Crossbody.
The little guy.
Yep.
Got it. Okay, so
I've been in the garden a lot.
Nick basically is a worm. I don't know what you are.
I'm having so much fun.
Something that's in the garden a lot.
I might have ordered a bunch of stuff coming in the mail soon.
Our entire dining room table is covered in seeds right now. That is not
Packaged
a joke.
seeds, not just seeds.
Yeah, he just throws it everywhere. So this week you can order. We're talking about red, right? We're about to wrap up red. You can order the Maeve Crossbody in red, so not in this color. This week. And next week will be the Boda in red, which is this guy. Obviously, again, this is not in red. And then we're done, guys. We're done with red for the year. So if you want either of those 2 bags, get on it. And I have so much work to get done.
Yeah, we have a lot. We said we weren't going to do this, but we do it anyway. But we jam-packed spring, summer.
Yeah, we did.
I was not anticipating adding a color this year,
Yeah.
but we did anyway, because here we are, being us.
That's
So.
per usual.
But yeah, we have the Maeve 16 and Maeve 24 still.
Yes.
They're going to launch as 2 tones, so
In milled.
in milled, and then they will be back in fall for like regular standard colors.
Yes.
In bridal as well. So we just have a lot really happening.
We do. And I gotta be honest with you, my brain is like
side.
Maybe thinking of other things.
Thinking of other things?
Other designs.
Oh, great.
I know, it's your favorite. And the bucket bag, the new
One
Shelby.
thing at a time.
The new Shelby. When's she
Oh,
coming?
yeah. That's the 21st
Of April.
of April. We needed to get it in spring.
No, I know, we do. You're right. I got sick, it messed me up, and here we are. My brain is exploding. It's fine.
Yeah, it is fine.
We gotta get. Okay,
You're in 20, did I say 21st? Yeah,
you did.
that's correct.
Okay, yeah. So.
But yeah, I'm really hoping to get some images up so I can put them on the site and start getting people excited for Chestnut.
I think we can do that. I want to get a bunch of flowers.
Tulips.
Yeah.
Let's talk about
Just-
it. You have an idea, it's fine, you can do it. I'm just,
Yeah.
I can be very Eastery.
No, it won't be easy.
Okay.
It'll be cool. Should we look at the? Yeah, I made you too long.
If you guys have questions, feel free to jump in there.
Yeah, that's what this is for.
Hello
It's-
from Chile, hello.
Oh, hello. Obviously it's been a while since we've been on, and we just
Yeah,
Well-
we've been just working.
we don't have a it's like we just know a ton is coming, and so we knew we needed to come on and just check in with you guys.
We're still here.
Yeah. Still get that too long. But yeah, why don't you guys ask us questions, and I'm just gonna
They don't
chit
have
chat
questions.
about these two new beautiful bags.
I'm
I'm
excited
so
about this
excited
one.
about. You're excited about the big guy?
No, this one.
This one,
It's like a really good size.
This is my favorite one. I'm so excited about it too. I think it's so good. This is the Maeve 16, so the smaller of the two new Maeves. She's got
It's like
her
the
crossbody.
tablet Maeve.
Oh yeah, yeah. You could fit a tablet in here, right?
Yeah, probably.
She's got a nice big open space in there. Fit a lot in there. We should probably. Do we have a tablet? Like a normal size? Is the
We
tablet
have a
we
small
have?
one, and it's
Oh.
like ancient.
Sure is.
I just did our taxes.
I had a feeling you were gonna say that. I
Well,
was like,
it's
it's
like
a
tax
huge
time.
accomplishment, guys. When
It's-
you are a small business owner, tax season. I've always hated taxes. Never my favorite. Nick
I've never hated taxes.
No, I was gonna say you actually have kind of liked
It's
it.
like a puzzle, but it's also
I am so grateful that you feel that way, because I.
it's like a puzzle that makes 0 sense, but
that like they have the answer to, but they won't tell you.
they won't tell you the answers.
Yeah.
Like the pocket.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're really happy
is
with
good.
the interior pocket, which we changed. Pretty much all of our bags have that new interior pocket. That's
If they
on
have
this
an
guy.
interior pocket, they have the new pocket.
correct.
Not all of
Or
them
some-
suddenly have a pocket.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
Or some version of it. So like the Boweries have a single pocket. Some of them have the pen and or pencil, whatever,
Mhm.
slits, and some of them don't, just depending on the size of the bag and kind of what we thought made sense. So yeah. When are these coming out?
I just put the notebook, the note away. I don't know.
Oh no, sorry.
I feel like it's early May.
Taxes. I like it.
I like it to have trouble shifting enough time to devote to it. Yeah, it's at minimum it's like a full
The
day.
full day, yeah. Of brain.
And that's if you have like easy access to all your documents. We try to make it really simple for ourselves.
Yeah.
As far as like expenses go.
Right, we have like one card that
Yeah.
we put it all on so that it's easy to refer back to. It definitely helps a lot.
It definitely helps.
So yeah, but anyways, when we launch both the 16 and the 24, we will be launching them in only milled and in the two-tone. So I'm going to show you.
So we'll do a limited edition drop of those 2 bags.
Yeah.
Different weeks, but only in the 2-tone. So the 2-tone will be burgundy and olive.
No, burgundy and navy.
Burgundy and navy.
Yeah.
Black and red.
So you can kind of see. These are the Bettys.
Yeah,
That
these are the samples.
Yeah, so here, this is a
Basically.
better way to do it. So it'll be burgundy and navy, navy and olive, black and red, olive and burgundy. Those will be the two tones. And so, and I think that
There's
we
double
should.
as Moroccos, in case you wanted to know that.
No.
Castanets.
Castanet. That's it. Not Morocco.
You can pretend they're
Alright,
Moroccos.
so I picked this up. I'm not gonna like knock over it. I always. Now I'm so afraid I'm gonna go.
What's she doing?
Alright, so this is the Maeve 24, so she's a big girl. It's pretty much our biggest bag.
Please see my shipping question above. Oh, I missed it. I don't know if it came through. I'm looking back. I don't see it.
Is
If you
it-
can ask it again, that would be helpful.
Yeah, I don't see it.
The shipping question. Okay, you can continue.
Okay, so yeah, this is the Maeve 24. She's a big girl. So here I made her in the milled leather. So this is how both the Maeve 24 and the Maeve 16 will launch in this leather. When I'm saying milled, it's our softer pebbled leather. As you can see, it's got that like pebbly texture to it. The only real change, because this is technically a prototype, is the interior color of this is a color that we don't do anymore. But also this is so little, but like where this is stuffed here is just gonna come down a teeny bit more because it's a little too far away.
It
Anyways.
gets dark and weird.
Probably.
Let's see. Any new leather making tool additions to the shop?
Well, I have one in my head that I desperately want, but
I know, I also want some things.
let's talk about that in a second.
Okay.
And so this is what I mean by two tones. The interior of all the milled bags are lined, so it'll be lined in a completely different color. So this one will be this. It's very similar but different. So it's going to be an olive outside and a burgundy inside. This is sienna. It's just a color that we happen to have a little left over of, so I used that to prototype this bag. But so you can see she's got our gold foil stamp there, which is hidden by the lid when it's closed. And the inside you've got a little you got a little buckle to cinch it in when you want to, but you don't have to. And then she's also got our new pocket with the bigger cell phone pocket and the two pencil pen cases. And it's quite a big interior.
I want a glue machine.
I want a skyver.
You want a bell skyver?
Bell skyver. I want it. I want it. I want it. I need it.
Yeah, I mean it's tough. When you get to a certain point, all your tools are like expensive. So
Yeah, that's
they're
true.
it's such a, you know, it's so hard because it definitely makes your life easier.
Yes.
But they're not 100% necessary, but it definitely makes your life a lot easier.
Yeah.
She wants a bell skyver. So like every tool now is like, you know, $2,000 to $5,000. Would a small laptop fit in the large Maeve?
The 24?
Yeah.
It should, yeah.
We should test it with our laptop right here when we're done.
Okay.
But yeah, that was the plan to kind of get. We have one other bag that's can fit a laptop, and that's the Luna.
Yeah, can you see it? This two-tone.
Over there. You skive by hand? Question mark. We don't skive a lot.
Not often. But what I want to skive is our milled leather, especially, and it's just so soft. Hand skiving it is like, forget about it.
When you create two-tone purse, will you be offering it in the Maeve 16 or only in the 24? So
In both.
both.
So
Good
both the
question.
16 and the 24 will be offered in the two-tone options
Right.
when we first launch it. Which is,
We're doing something just a little bit different
Yeah.
with this launch.
and it'll be special like that. We're gonna do it with that launch, and then it'll go
Yeah.
away, and we don't know that we will bring that back. We're not sure yet.
Probably won't.
Probably not. The idea is that then in the fall, it'll come back in regular bridal how the Maeve 16 is, so unlined, bridle, and then it'll come back in our regular milled as well. So those will be lined, but they just won't be two-tone.
Oh, we did decide that we're not going to do chestnut in milled.
Oh right, that's a good distinction.
I don't have like good words to explain why.
Yeah.
But like it's just we're not doing it.
Yeah. So we have chestnut milled in the studio because we'll need it for
Yeah.
certain things. So.
But
like,
doing a full bag
yeah.
milled in chestnut is probably not going to happen.
Certainly not right now. We've got a lot going on. So.
Yeah. You won't regret a bell scabbing machine when you're making bags. Yes. She knows. We love our Texo SK4. I'll look into that one.
Hey, that's super helpful. Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not against a bell scabber.
No, we need one.
I just.
It will.
Where are you going to put it?
Over there.
Over there?
Yeah.
Okay.
It will make our lives so much better. It will make making my bag so much
I have two modes, like spend money and don't spend any money.
I know, we're definitely don't spend any money.
Don't spend any money right now.
I know.
But it's, if I buy one machine, I want to buy them all. What's the problem?
No, if we're going to buy one machine, it's going to be a bell scabber. That's
no,
the
if
answer.
we're going to buy one, I'm buying like 6 machines.
No.
Yeah, I don't think we'll have regrets. Like, we took a long time, this is ridiculous, to get a rivet setter.
We took a long time to get the, what's it called? Clicker press. That one was a dumb too long.
That was a little dumb too long.
We should have done that earlier.
Any thoughts around incorporating a turn lock closure onto the crossbody Maeve? We have, I mean, it has the button, where is it?
It has the button on there.
I think the turn lock is just a little too big.
Yeah,
but,
we actually made one. We made a version.
But yeah.
And I don't.
This is pretty secure. I actually really like it on the milled Maeves. A little bit better than the regular bridle.
This is just a prototype you were messing around with. So this is it on there. My personal feeling is the second I see it, I'm like, it's a Coach bag. And
yeah, we tried it.
And there's nothing wrong with that. I love Coach, but I want our bags to feel like us. I don't have that same immediate reaction for our Maeve 24 and Maeve 16s. So that's why I'm okay with the turn lock being on there. Something about the simplicity of the Maeve crossbody with the turn lock, I'm like, Coach bag. And
yeah, you put a bound edge on that, it's a Coach bag.
Yeah, so that was my main reason for not putting it on this bag. It's a really great.
I like where your head's at because we thought that too.
Yeah.
What's on next reading list? I just got like 10 books in the mail.
I was gonna say you just have a new pile on the table as well.
Yeah, all of them are not all of them, but most of them are related to like scaling or manufacturing.
Makes sense.
And then there's a couple Harvard Business Review books I got that have specific articles about industry. And then I got 2 books, which this is total impulse buy because, they're really old.
Should be sponsored by Thrift Books.
I know, right? Really old, like Leathercraft purse bag books.
What?
I know, I didn't even tell her.
I want to see those.
I know. So they're like
That's cool.
I feel like they're like ancient, mysterious, like knowledge and wisdom.
Ew.
So,
Show me those later.
and I don't know how different they are from each other, but one said purse in it, so I was like, I gotta get that one.
Yeah.
And the other one was Leathercraft.
Were they both on Thrift Books?
Yeah.
Cool.
They were expensive, and they're not a lot of pages, but sometimes like some academic books are like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's my reading book right now. My reading list right now.
What are you reading currently?
I don't remember what it's called.
Do you want me to grab it?
No.
Do you like it?
I don't know yet.
Okay.
Sometimes a book will like
Take a minute.
grab you initially.
Yeah.
I hope it kind of
Does that.
gets on. Yeah. Yeah, I just hope it gets better. It's not bad, it's just like I like stories, and if your story's not illustrating a point, I'm bored. Does that make sense?
Yeah. I'm surprised to hear you say I like stories.
Or it's repetitive. I like stories that teach you things. Like
that
they're
makes
fables.
perfect sense.
Like,
yeah.
Or I went to the illustration. So.
A little Aesop's fable over here.
I do like data too. Like, don't get me wrong.
Yeah, that's more
data
what
was
I
fun
think
too.
of.
But data always tells a story. Anyway. How's the garden? It's about to explode.
It sure is. Nick made our garden about like 3 times bigger.
The actual vegetable garden isn't larger, but I added a ton of soil this year in compost to make it like raised beds, not raised beds. And I'm really, you don't know this yet, I got strawberries, blackberries, and blueberry plants coming. So I'm trying to like set the perennials, and the asparagus is already coming up a little bit, which is very exciting.
We also got donated a bunch of free plants from your dad, which was nice.
Yeah, he had some hostas that he cut up.
Some grasses.
And grasses.
They're more like decorative stuff that I'm more excited about. I mean, I love the vegetable garden too.
Working on the landscaping aspect.
Yeah, exactly. Making things pretty, you know, that's what I like.
Have you ever done a weekend or a duffel bag? Way back when?
A long time ago, when we first got started, we used to make bags. We used to make leather bags, but also wax canvas and leather, and that was when we made a duffel. I wouldn't be opposed to doing a duffel. It's just they get so heavy.
They get heavy. I think there's minimal changes you can make to a duffel bag to make it exciting. I've envisioned like a milled duffel.
Same.
But really, but
I think when you say duffel in my
like a weekender.
Yeah, I was gonna say mine it's a weekender. It's not gonna be a week-long bag. It's one you're gonna, a couple-day trip, that sort of thing.
Yeah. Either spend no money or spend all the money. Exactly.
Yeah.
That's how it seems to go.
That's it.
I mean, I'm pretty excited for this garden.
So we haven't really talked about Chestnut that much.
Change the subject.
No.
I can relate to not remembering the title of a book, except I tend to forget the content and remember the title. Oh man, I remember almost no titles, and I have to like reread a little bit to be like, oh yeah, this is the book about.
Yeah.
Or read like the description again. All right, you go.
So like Nick was saying, we have Chestnut coming out. That's what our photo shoot is going to focus on, is photographing these 2 new Maeve bags, the 24 and the 16, and also just all of the bags in Chestnut. And we have a handful of them done already. Nick's got a bunch of them cut out and prepped for me on the table, so he's like sneaking in while I'm doing bags.
It's hard to sneak in because it's a different color.
Well, I know it's happening, but I know what you're doing over there.
What's happening about production. But.
Yeah, I just go and then he just throws it in there. But yeah, we need to get them done so we can photograph them. But anyways, so you guys know, I just want to where's the? Oh, here she is. Okay, this is the mini berry in Chestnut. Just want to show you guys the color one more time because we haven't been on in a while, and just kind of refresh your memory. I'm so excited about this color coming out. It's such a beautiful brown. Like, yeah, it's just so pretty. And I don't know how much we've even talked about this, but she's got the new pocket, and because of that, it almost looks like when you first open it that it's fully lined in the milled leather,
haven't talked about
which
that.
I just feel like is a nice touch. Now it's not all fully lined, so if you look in the front, it's like this. But it just adds something to it that I just feel like just really makes it look really good. But yeah, I'm just like so
pat yourself on the back for that one.
just such a good job on that one.
That was such a good decision. It was though.
Yeah, I know. And yeah, I'm just excited about this color coming out, so I hope you guys are too. It's a beautiful neutral. It's a nice, warm, deep, saturated color, and I just feel like it's such a good neutral. Like, it'll just go with anything. Even like if I was wearing black, well, I am wearing black shoes, not that you can see them, but like this still looks good with a black shoe. So yeah, I'm excited about the color. I'm excited to do the photo shoot.
To answer Daniel's question, I got the book. Business Simulated. Stop guessing, start testing. So it's a really short. It's like 120 pages. So I'm like,
Oh, to say.
Yeah, it's really small. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. Ooh. Do you have an issue with varmints in the garden? Love it. It's funny. We do get deer. We do get fox. We
Lots
do
of
get
squirrels.
Squirrels and birds. My plan this year. So last year, or 2 years ago, I planted a strawberry patch and I got decimated. So I have a plan
and the
this year.
sunflowers got
And the
attacked.
sunflowers. I'm gonna plant a lot of sunflowers this year. See how that goes.
Yeah.
But I have a plan to do better shielding around the berries. But we don't have like, I wouldn't say we have a varmint problem.
Yeah. Sorry, you may have already said this, but are you going to release the Maeve Crossbodies in milled leather?
Yes.
Yes.
Let me get this thing again.
What are you getting?
When it's, I think it's like the 21st.
But yes, we are.
14th.
Next week.
So
No,
that's
the week after
no
next week.
when Chestnut starts. So the 14th is when Chestnut begins, and it's also the date that the Milled Maeve begins.
Milled Maeve Crossbody.
Crossbody, sorry.
Because the other ones are already available. So yeah, this is the Burgundy, Milled Maeve Crossbody.
And I have an experiment. We had some milled leather that is a different color that I might offer. Oh. So with sorry, my brain's all over the place. So with the Chestnut, I had an idea to just offer the Chestnut Luna.
Oh right,
But just
we
one of
didn't
them.
talk about that.
No, we didn't talk about it.
Yeah.
Because there's so much happening.
Yeah.
I need a whiteboard.
Oh
and I
yeah,
need,
what
like,
happened? We didn't
strings.
talk about the whiteboard after you went on your little excursion.
I kind of decided, like, I don't know where to put it.
Yeah.
It's part of the problem. And I don't really want to get, like,
Because
I
we
kinda
use
do
a lot
actually
of
wanna
our
get one
wall
of the big-
space.
I need to get one of the big, like, teacher
You need like a
whiteboards.
pull down one.
Because
Is that a thing?
I want to do, like, planning on one side.
Yeah.
And then my thought is to use the other side for, like, if we need to do video explanations, that might be helpful.
Sketches.
Sketches.
How
Full
big
circle.
is it? Could we just use
Well,
it almost like as a wall to block the oil heater?
We could. There's ones that are, like, I think 5 to 6 by 3.5.
Yeah.
And then there's ones that are, like, more of, like, this size. Which I don't know if I want the small one, because we'll see. Because it's vertical. I like horizontal.
Yeah, I like horizontal too.
Right.
They don't make the small one horizontal.
No, because it's more like a. Anyway. So yeah,
The 14th.
is that what I said? Yes.
That's what you said. Milled Maeve Crossbodies will be available for purchase. Are they just available for purchase? We're not doing like a pre-order, right?
No, it's always pre-order.
Okay.
Just for the week.
Okay. So for that week, you'll be able to order them for pre-order. Got it.
So what I was saying before is with Chestnut, I
Thank
planned
you for
on
that
doing the Luna in Chestnut and then natural, and as a one-off, and then that'll be like a special thing. And then I also have another color that we used to carry that I want to do the Milled Maeve Crossbody in as a one-off, one of a kind. You didn't see me cutting that the other day?
No, I have no idea what you're even talking about.
Love it.
Listen, I was very
No,
out
it's
of
awesome.
it.
Deer love hostas. They do.
Yeah.
That's why.
they do.
Good thing they
They
proliferate.
haven't, luckily, knock on wood, eaten the ones out front at all.
No one wants to go over there.
That's great news.
Have you seen the video of the squirrel catapult the guy made to protect his garden? I don't think I have. You should make one. So like a trebuchet little basket.
Whee! Flying squirrels, Wes would love that.
Alright. Will you be retiring the Maeve name soon? Oh yeah.
Yes.
This is the last one.
She's done. This
That's
will be
it.
the Maeve collection. She has been collected.
Collected her.
We did.
There's like
Whatever.
12,000 bags in this collection.
There's at least 5.
It was totally unexpected. This was like a whoops.
Yeah, there's 5. It's alright.
No, it's fine. We gotta move on.
Yeah, we
From
do. We need
from
we
Maeve.
need to. Yeah.
Professor Nick.
I see someone said listen to her. Yes, like
About
whatever I said.
what? About what?
Agreed. I don't know. Whatever I said was smart.
Have you envisioned using the pegboard display style in your first brick and mortar?
Yes.
I mean, that's why it exists.
Yeah. Yep. That would be probably. I mean, at this point in time, tastes change, but
Yeah, I feel like we're on, not, maybe us personally, but like we're on the edge of like a shift style wise.
For like interiors?
Just like general. Yeah, interior, like.
A little bit.
Because I think things need to be more cozy.
Nick wants things to be cozy.
Be cozy.
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 No.
Tell us about your beginnings in this work.
Oh boy.
It was August 2017. 14th of August.
Okay, let's see how fast I can do this. Do you have faith in me? No.
You got it. You got it.
So the basic story is that Nick and I met in college. We both went to art school for illustration. We obviously started dating, moved in together. Gross. And all of our friends know, like, we're makers. We like to make things, whether it was like drawing, painting, illustrating, or physically making things. I've known how to sew since I was about 8 years old. My mom taught me to sew when I was at home with the chicken pox for like a week. And so I had made a handful of bags already that like just tote bags that were the bottom was leather and the top was like vintage fabrics. And so a friend of ours was working at a shoe store and they had this window display of all these vintage leather highs in the window. And he happened to be there the day they were taking it down and he asked them, what do you guys do with all that stuff when you take it down? He's like, we're just gonna throw it out back in the dumpster. And so our wonderful friend Ben said, well, can I have it? Because I know some people that love to make, that could like make stuff with that, I bet. And so he basically showed up at our apartment with a trunk full of vintage leather hides. And he's like, you guys want this stuff? And we're like, okay. I've never worked with leather in my life. Well, that's not true. I had done the bags with the leather bottoms, but that was chrome tan leather and yeah, whatever. Anyways, so we got all this leather, had no idea what to do with it. It actually, I think at the time, Nick made a couple things with it. I made a couple little things with it. And then it traveled with us from our first apartment together to our first home together. And then it was this one winter, I had taken time off of work to do a home renovation project. And unfortunately, fortunately, there was a piece I needed in order to complete the project. It was back ordered and I couldn't get it. And so I was like, well, now what am I going to do? I'm not the type of person who, especially if I'm feeling up like well and normal, I'm just not someone who can sit around and do nothing. I need to be like doing stuff. And so I was like, oh, we've got all that leather and maybe I can make something out of it. And so I made these leather bowls, like a catch-all bowl that you'd put by the door to put your keys and whatnot in. And the outside was leather and the inside, hello, Penny, was lined in like vintage fabric. And yeah, so I made these leather bowls. I showed them to Nick. He was like, these are really cool. I want to try making stuff with that leather. I had never seen him really sew much, so because I think the first thing you made was like a leather sheath. It wasn't like a very big sewing project.
Sewed in home ec.
And so he made a couple wallets and then basically came back to me and was like, I feel like we could make a business out of this. And I was like, all right, let's do it. And that's kind of how we really got started. I knew immediately I wanted to make bags because I had made a couple bags in the past and really enjoyed that process. And so, yeah, we just got started. We first purchased like a ancient sewing machine.
We had a Singer 29K
Patcher, treadlefoot, but it had a motor on it. Someone had
took the motor off.
Put on there. Yeah.
It was like
it didn't work very well.
It was like a quarter horsepower.
Yeah.
It was weird.
But yeah, so we started off like doing some shows. I think honestly we did our first show when we did really well. Wow. We sold like a really good amount of bags and some small goods, but mostly bags. To the surprise
of us.
Yeah, and we're like, oh, well maybe we really can do this. And so then we really started going forward, and that was, I think, so we basically like worked on our craft for a full year from like 2016
to everything
2017.
happened in steps. I think a lot of people make the assumption that suddenly you're where you are.
Yeah.
But everything we kind of did was slowly over time. with sales as our data point to encourage us.
Yeah. And so we really worked on our craft for about a full year, and then we launched our website August 2017, did our first show, had success there, and just kept going forward.
I forgot to say, unrelated, that navy is now in edge match
Right.
blue.
So we were doing the edge with a contrasting
Like
blue
a light
lighter blue edge paint. And we've decided to make it match because that's how all our other bags are.
Speaking of first brick and mortar, when is that happening so I can come visit?
Yeah.
I sent you a.
I saw it.
You don't like it?
No, I like it.
Okay.
It's just the rent's not
I know,
cheap.
it's expensive. So that's the tricky part.
Yeah.
It's kind of, we're at the point where taking on additional overhead is kind of, I feel like it's too risky right now.
Yeah.
So
Especially as we all know, like,
who
the
knows what's
world
gonna
feels
happen.
like it's on fire a little bit, right? So we're just kind of like hunkering down a little bit and just doing what our plan was
I feel
for
like
the
it's
year.
holding pattern for a minute.
Yeah, just kind of see how it goes. I think one thing we recently have been talking about is like, is there like a grant or something like that out there that would make sense for helping us kind of take that next step? So that's one of the things we've been looking
That's
into.
like a whole different world.
Sure.
Linen, thread, or polyester, do you think consumers can notice the difference between these two threads on the products? I insist on linen thread. If you're hand stitching, I would definitely stick with linen.
Yeah, penny all over.
But I would, I would say most customers aren't aware. If
No.
you are selling only hand stitched, then those customers might be aware. You might have to educate them on them, and that's totally fine too. Just explain, what a saddle stitch is, why linen's good, and if it's wax linen and all that stuff.
Right.
So we use a bonded nylon in our machines, so we use something different. But I would say the vast majority of customers, they aren't as fluent in thread as you probably are. They're not fluent in the materials like you probably are. So I think education goes a long way.
Yeah.
And it doesn't have to be like a whole class. It's just like, this is what it is. Just the idea of trashing a collection of hides seems horrifying. I know.
Yeah.
But I mean, to a big business,
Yeah.
they already paid for it. They already had their loss on paper, and what do they care?
Yeah, it was a big
Which is sad, but
shoe company.
oof, rent. The cheapest spot I found in a place we're moving is about 2.5 what I'm paying for now. I was wondering about that. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's rough.
it is.
Love the fluffy buddy. I'm always impressed by the quality of leathers you offer, both in color and uniformity of color. They are flawless, with no variations in shade or things like scars and bite marks. So there are sometimes scars. We try our very best to balance utilizing as much of the hide as possible,
Right.
because it is a natural product. It's got some character to it, and purposefully cutting certain spots and covering like any kind of markings if possible.
Yeah.
Some hides are
Extra scarry.
extra scarry. Some have a whole bunch of like little tiny scratches on them, and those are the most frustrating to me. They're like fly bites, I think. And that's the tough part about working in leather sometimes. But generally, I feel like Whipping Craig does a really good job. And there's different grades of leather too. So like you can get a utility hide or a special grade hide, and that's going to have a lot more markings and holes or brands or whatever it is. But like I said, we try to use the good pieces for the showy parts.
Yeah.
There's not a whole lot of places now that like we can hide, because there was a couple designs that like we covered a lot of.
With a pocket or something.
Like, for example, there are, and it depends on the design. So like this is a big piece of leather.
Right.
So finding a flawless piece this large can be a little bit more challenging.
Right.
But if this had like a little scratch down here that isn't really like on the inside, it really isn't going to affect the way it performs, then that's where we hide it. Getting good yield is like a whole art. It's a whole process. And then like there's slight variation in thickness, all sorts.
Yeah.
Let's see. Wicket and Craig Hart, exactly. Love the making Boda video. Any plans to show other models? So yeah, I'm trying to figure out like a collection of types of videos that I want to do. And I put that Boda video up on the Boda product page as well. We really need to get on some bag tours, and then I like the making of ones too. They're easy to shoot, to be honest, because I'm just bothering her.
Super easy and fun for everybody.
But they do take a lot of time, so in that way they're difficult.
Right.
But yeah, I think we'll probably pick another one and do it. I think in the beginning I was like super gung-ho about how many videos I could get done, and it's not possible. Not like that. Maybe one a month or something.
That's
if we're lucky. What brand and type of thread do you use in your Cobra? We started off using the thread from Cobra, but needed different colors.
Yeah.
And then we used like a no-name company for a while, but the consistency made us upset.
Yes.
And then actually around that time, Buckle Guy came out with a thread called Dunmore,
Yes.
which is what we use now for everything.
And
it's real consistent.
Really like it. But yeah, the colors were great. I do like the only color that I wish they had that matched our leather a little bit better would be the olive. It seems to be a difficult color to like get just right.
Well, I think there is variation in the Wicket olive.
Yeah, there is.
So
it's just.
But it's more, the thread is more green.
Green.
Not like drab.
Drab, yeah, or khaki or whatever you call it. And yeah, but otherwise the thread itself is great. It's very consistent. I've never had like big issues with it or anything like that. It burns great. It sews great.
Yeah, we were having thread breakage issues with another company.
Yeah.
And that got frustrating quick.
Sure did.
Because you want to take the variables out of what's going on so that you can diagnose any machine problems.
Right.
And that was causing an issue. Okay, most important question of the day. What's for lunch? It's
I'm
Thursday.
gonna make myself an omelet.
Gonna do omelet?
Yeah, I was gonna do an omelet with goat cheese and spinach.
Goat cheese.
Goat cheese.
I don't mind goat cheese, but I just
it's
I'm never
favorite.
like I want to eat that.
No, it's my favorite cheese.
Okay. My favorite cheese. I don't know, probably a sandwich of some sort. 138 size thread. Yeah, that's what we use. Way back when, we tried like 92, 138. Was it 270? We went crazy.
Yeah, we tried all the things.
And we're like, this is.
We were also used to hand stitching.
Yeah.
So we were used to like the wax linen thread, and typically it's a thicker thread. And so we kind of wanted to get something that was like a little closer to that than the 92 is, which is why we went up.
Yeah, 92 can be found on almost anything.
But higher than that, it gets a little like chunky in the machine. Doesn't sew as good.
Mm-hmm. Why the term milled leather over the more commonly used pebble leather? That's a good question. So it's just what the tannery calls it.
Yep.
So that's what we used.
I feel like probably a lot of companies
say
pebbled because it's.
There's also different processes.
Yes, there are.
So pebble can be like a shrunken grain.
But milling is the actual technical term for making the leather that we have.
Yeah, and it's processed in a different way. So, but yeah, good question.
Mm-hmm.
Which leather bonding would you recommend? Do you have a preferred leather cleaner? Leather bonding. So adhesive.
Yeah.
We use 3 adhesives at this point.
Yeah, we use Fabri-Tac. We use, what's the Italian stuff called?
EcoStick.
EcoFlow.
No, I don't think it's Flow.
Why do I think it is?
Intercom, Eco. Eco Stick.
Eco Stick. Alright, I made that. And then we use barge.
Which is the Eco Stick's a water based, and so is the Fabri-Tac.
Yeah, and then we use barge for like just certain things.
Yeah.
I use the barge mainly when I'm doing the rolled handles out of bridal, just because it can get really tight in there. Like you know you don't want that not to ever come apart while you're sewing. So yeah,
we try to reduce the amount of barge. Like we used to use barge more often.
Yes.
And then the Italian glue really let us not.
Yes.
Which is amazing.
Yeah. Honestly, the only time I use it, I think, right at this point, is to do the handles. Yeah.
And that's the.
Yeah, and the main reason is because when you're doing actually I can grab one.
Some people use Aquilium. I think there's just different varieties of the water-based.
Yeah. So I'm working on some handles right now, and so these aren't finished, but they're sewn. So you can see I've got a piece of leather cording in there, stuffed in between two pieces of leather, and so you know you have to get really tight in there to stitch. And Penny, come on. And
she's like, I want to dance.
Even with the Italian glue, when I go to sandwich them together and stick it down, it wants to kind of pop apart. But the barge, you know, it just holds it in place without any issue. And then same with the rolled handle. And that's specifically when I'm doing bridal. If I'm doing the milled because it's a softer leather, I can use the Italian and it's totally fine. So yeah, I do try to avoid that barge though because it smells terrible and it makes my brain feel.
And I'm actually pretty sensitive to it.
Yes, I have to warn him before I open it.
I just asked that question. Many times when I'm filming ASMR videos, hubby comes in and makes tons of noise. Yeah, so I don't always tell her when I'm filming something, so she'll like do something weird. Or like make a sound, or Wes will make a sound, and it's pretty frustrating.
Yeah.
But I mean.
But did someone ask a leather cleaner?
Oh, that was the second part, which I skipped. Leather cleaner. I mean, Chamberlain's Leather Milk makes a leather cleaner. We typically don't try to clean or like degrease leather in any way.
The only thing I would suggest if you have gotten like some sort of oil stain on leather is cornstarch. You can put cornstarch on it and let that sit, and a lot of times it will just totally remove that stain.
Yeah, leather is tricky. I mean, it's porous, it's a skin, so you want to keep it as conditioned as possible. Over conditioning is a problem too, so you shouldn't just be conditioning it daily.
Yeah, once a year, every 6 months, depending on how often you use the bag.
And you should be able to tell when it gets dry.
When it needs it,
Is Penny professionally groomed? She doesn't look like it, but right now, yes.
She's getting a haircut next week, so right now she looks a bit like
This is the fuzziest she is.
But she looks very beautiful when she's freshly groomed.
Yeah, it's a whole process. I am so grateful for groomers.
Seriously.
Because I'm allergic to most dogs, and poodles are hypoallergenic generally.
Yeah.
And if I had to groom her, she would look like, it would be so sad.
Like a weed whacker got her.
She's too beautiful to be cut by.
Yeah, during the pandemic, we groomed our old dog Greta, and she looked a little rough. We tried our best.
We tried our best. Yeah, do what you can. What's the Italian glue brand name? Eco Stick. There are a bunch of different kinds.
Yes.
Their numbers. And
right. We got the
on
one
the
that's
site, they tell you like what the
strongest
difference is, and ours is the one we have is the strongest bonding.
Yeah. It's great though because it doesn't smell. It works really well. It sets up really quick.
Mm-hmm.
I've been really happy with it. Really, really happy.
Yeah, it's funny. It kind of doesn't seem like it's gonna work.
Yeah.
Especially after using barge, because like barge is like. Ugh!
Yeah.
But like we haven't had an issue with
it.
It
Works great, and the other thing is, I feel like with barge, like the second those two pieces touch,
oh, you're done.
You're done.
Yeah.
With the Italian, if you have like a little bit of, I don't know, you can move it a little bit.
You can kind of like.
You can move it a little bit before you like really put it down, which is nice. There was something else I was gonna say and I lost it.
Do you not make hats anymore?
Oh, I remember what it was.
Blast from the past. We don't. It's been a couple of years.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I still wear hats. We don't make them anymore though. What I was gonna say is the Italian glue. What I've found, and this is just my personal preference, we've tried lots of different things when applying the glue. So obviously Nick really wants a glue machine.
Sure do.
But if you don't have a glue machine, I have found that using a decent sponge brush is actually the best way to apply it. It puts down like the least amount of glue possible, which is what you want because you want like a really thin layer.
Don't get the craftiest craft ones because that's what we have right now, I think. And
Yeah, the
they're not great.
ones we had before that were a little bit
Well, they
better.
were.
I think like it was like the holes in the sponge were tighter.
Yeah.
But these are fine, and you can get them for so cheap. So.
True.
But yeah, you can use it more than once too.
Yeah, that's I think what surprised me most about it. Like you can use them for quite a while if you're careful enough.
Yeah. Obviously I make a lot of stuff, so I do go through them pretty quickly. But
and we tried like I think it's the Japanese like plastic knife.
We tried that. We tried silicone like
spreader.
Yeah, like spatula type things. And what they do is they leave little like lines of glue on the edges where it like pushes the glue out. And then especially if you're using any sort of really thin leather, it'll show up like when you put your pieces together. So by far, applying it, I would go sponge brush. They're cheap and it's easy. You can use it for, a decent amount of time before you have to throw one out. And yeah, just a little thought there.
All right, last call for questions.
Yeah.
It's 51 minutes. What are we doing?
What are we doing?
We're good at
that.
We're always good at that. I feel like the first 10 minutes you can just cut off and then.
I know. I wish we could just edit these the first 10 minutes.
We should just talk to each other for 10 minutes and then start the live.
That's actually not a bad idea.
It's not a bad idea.
Let's try that next time.
We'll try next time.
Okay. But yeah, it's been. I'm excited. Spring's on its way.
Yeah.
Got a lot of photo shoots to do. A lot of work to do. My hand looks crazy now. We're excited about the 2 new Maeves that are coming down the pipeline and Chestnut coming down the pipeline. And lots of photo shoots. And of course, I've already got other new bag ideas in my mind that I want to make.
We gotta stop. All right, we will see you next week if we have something to talk about. Otherwise, we'll skip a week or 2.
Yep.
Hopefully we'll be getting some images out for the photo shoot because I want to take pictures.
I don't want to be a model anymore.
Not my problem.
Penny, you could be the model.
That'll work.
We'll dress her up.
Doggy bags. that's our sister brand. Oh god. All right, we'll see you guys next week or whatever.
Bye.
Doggy bags.
You doggy
She really wanted to dance.